All right, here we go. Here is an example of how you do these drawings from page 81. Again, this is just how I would do it. It's not the only way of doing it, but I'm hopefully going to give you some inspiration of, oh, hey, I didn't know I could do it that way, and maybe I'll give you some other things to think about. So I'm going to try to do these really quickly, not slow enough that you can follow with me, but maybe you can see some different ideas of what to do, and you can always replay through these. All right, so let's go ahead and now start the sketch. I'm going to do letter F. For letter F, I'd start the sketch here, and this is the bottom of page 81. I started on that plane. I'd make a rectangular shape here around the origin. You know, the other thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to take time, at least on all these drawings, I'm not going to take time to fully constrain them. I know that's horrible, but I'm not going to take time to fully constrain these because I think it's going to make these sketches go a little bit faster, or drawings go a little bit faster. So I do that. Obviously, I'd fully constrain that horizontally and vertically and dimension it, and I'd finish that sketch. I'd extrude that base, and something like that base looks similar to the one there in the book. Then next, I do my next sketch on this top plane again. I think that's what I would do. I'd make a little rectangular shaped block that attached to there and around to there. Notice how that back line of it is blue. I would obviously get that centered up in there by dimensioning it. I'm going to just eyeball mine here. Something kind of like that, and I'm going to finish that sketch. So there's my block there. I'm going to extrude with the scale I'm using now, something about like that, and extrude that block there. All right, so I got that. That's that first part of the letter F. Next, I'm going to put this triangular shaped piece on there. So I'm going to go start sketch to this top plane, and I'm just going to draw a line using the line command. I'm going to draw from that corner, it gives me a green dot. To the midpoint up there gives me a green dot. From there back to there gives me a green. Whoa! Did not give me a green dot. Let me try that one again. On here, what my goal is to fully constrain there. There we go. And there to there. Now notice that's all blue already. That's fully constrained. So I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude this. And here, instead of putting distance on this, I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Here where it says distance, look at some of my other options. I'm going to go to. And I'm going to go to this surface right here. So that way, no matter if I change this distance, this will change with it. I'm going to go OK there. So right there, that's looking pretty good. But, however, I do not have this part angled down here. So I'm going to start another sketch. This sketch, when you start, is kind of important. You don't want to start it here on this plane, because this plane angles, so then your sketch plane would angle. You want to start it here on this flat portion. So you start your sketch there. Once again, I'm going to draw a triangle shape. I'm going to start it right there on that green dot. Straight over, lock into that green dot. Here, I'm going to draw it down a ways to there. And something like that. Again, you would dimension that to constrain it to turn it all blue. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the sketch. I'm going to extrude that shape. I'm going to make a cut. Once again on here, instead of setting a distance, I'm going to cut it to all. I'm going to go all there, going to go OK, and there is that block finished up beautifully for letter F. Obviously, it's not the exact same dimensions as the one in the book or same proportions, but it's close, and I would have taken more time to do that, but I wanted to kind of hurry through this. All right, there's number one. All right, now I'm going to go on and do bottom letter H, so I'm going to start my sketch. I'm going to do it on this front plane. In that front plane, I'm going to use my line command, and around my origin, I'm going to draw the shape that you see there in that front view. So something that looks similar to that. Once again, I'm not going to take time to fully constrain this. I'm going to go finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude, and let's go something about like that, and that looks pretty good. So there's that shape. From there, I'm going to go ahead and start another sketch. This time I'm going to start it on this end plane here. Or I should say end on this right side plane. And here, we're just going to draw a line. Notice how it gives me a green dot there. Great. I'm going to come up to the midpoint of this line. It gives me a green dot there. I'm going to come from there down to there. Whoops, did not give me a green dot, so I want to redraw that line. Or I can drag this line like this. And all right, so notice here, it's not giving me the green dot. It's being stubborn. I don't know why. Sometimes Inventor will do that. Give me the green dot here, it doesn't here. what you can do is this, something called project geometry. And this is a good one to see. So project geometry, project the geometry of this surface, and it highlighted it there with blue. Now you can grab that. Now notice, you can lock into that dot. Oh, it's good. And now we're going to draw this one across from there to there. That is all full blue. And now we're just going to finish our sketch. I'm going to go ahead and go extrude. Select that shape to extrude. We're going to make it go the other direction. Now here's another instance of, instead of putting a distance in there so where it overlaps, just come up here and what one do you think you might pick? The same one we did the last time, which is 2. And we're going to go to that surface right there and go OK. There, that one's finished up already. Again, we didn't do this on the last one, but pick some material. Gold, beautiful. Save that as page 81, bottom H, and you'll be great. All right, J. This is J. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, how I'd start J. If I started on the front plane, I'd draw that little kind of upside down U-shaped block. Or if I started from the right side plane, I'd draw that angled piece. Like I say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to start it from the right side plane, I guess, there. From there, I'm going to draw this shape. Again, I'm not going to take time to constrain that. I'm going to go finish your sketch. Going to extrude both ways, and to make it proportional, I should make it a little bit wider this way. I think that's pretty close to being proportional. Then I'm going to start a sketch here on this front plane. Easy enough there on the front plane. I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Going to draw my rectangle there. You'd get that all centered up and fully constrained. I'll let you figure out how to do that. I'm going to go ahead and finish my sketch. Maybe I'll make it a little bit better before I do that. That's a little bit closer. Finish my sketch. Extrude. Now this one I'm going to change to cut. Again, very similar to what we've been doing on these last couple. Instead of cutting it a specific distance, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut all of it. We could go 2, but on this instance, it'd just be better to go all. So I'm going to cut all of it, no matter what. I want everything cut. I'm going to go all and go OK. Okay, so now on this one. This one we need to make a sketch out here in the middle of this block on a plane, and I'll open up my origin, on that plane. But there's a little bit of a weird thing here. So this is going to be kind of an advanced step here. If you figure this one out on your own, kudos to you. If you didn't, here's how you do this. So notice this plane, it only shows up when I hover over it. What you need to do is you need to turn that plane on so you can see it. If I right click on that plane, there's an option called visibility. Put a check mark by the visibility, and notice that makes that plane so it's visible now there. Now what I need to do is I need to make this plane not right here, but I need to sketch on a plane that goes through this corner. So I'm going to go Start Sketch, and come up here. I'm going to hover over top of this plane where it's highlighted. I'm going to click and hold, and now notice I can drag this plane up and down. I'm going to drag this plane up just a little bit, and then what I want to do is I want to put that plane in exactly right there to that corner. Now, for me, that's going to be difficult because I didn't make mine as any normal increment. You know, normally it'd be, for yours, it'd be up 1/8 of an inch or up 1/4 of an inch. It'd be some nice even number. Mine is not going to be a nice even number, so I'm just going to have to guess. I'm going to go about 0.1. 0.1 got me pretty darn close to that corner, and that's going to be good enough. But notice it moves for you as you type this in. Yours should be, if you keep everything on a 1/4 inch increment, should be 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch or something like that. I just accidentally did that. So there, I actually did that by accident and got it way up there high. What you can do there is this work plane. You can edit it. So I'm going to double click on it, and there's where my 1/4 inch was. I'm going to go back down to 0.1. And, oh wow, you know, looking actually, 0.1's not really where I want that to be. I'm going to go a little bit lower, 0.07. Ooh, 0.07 is beautiful. All right, so that worked for me. I'm going to go ahead and put that back in their normal view. All right, so now, the rest of this is easy. We're going to hit F7 so I can slice my graphics. And I'm going to draw in this little triangle shape here that I'm going to cut out of this. So I'm going to draw a line. I want that line going to the midpoint there, locking in, up to this front surface of it. Now in this instance, again, I'm going to have to project my geometry. So I'm going to project geometry of that front line. And I'm going to try that again. I'm going to go from that midpoint to that front line right there. midpoint to that front line right there, and a line across there. Again, that line's all blue. That's nice. This will be locked into place, and here we can now dimension this in. And this is one I didn't show you. I probably should show you this dimension. We can do angular dimensions just by clicking on that line and then clicking on this one. And I can set that, looks like maybe a 45-degree angle is going to be appropriate. So that's got that nice there. The only thing is now, it's 45 degrees, but it's not centered up. What you'd have to do next is center up this bottom line. So do a horizontal or vertical constraint on that bottom line. Looks like it's going to be a vertical constraint there to there. And that one's got that one fully constrained now. Finish your sketch. We're going to extrude that. We're going to change it to cut, not a distance. Going to change the direction, back it up, and we're going to cut all. And there you go. Is that thing beautiful? Looking just like that. Now, here's the next little tiny tidbit on this. You change this to some material again. Foil gold, sure. But I see these planes out here. I want to turn the visibility back off on those planes. So to do that, I'm going to come up here, you're going to right click, uncheck the visibility there, come here, this work plane's showing up too, and uncheck that visibility, and right there is that looking beautiful. So that's that one. Alright, next I'm going to do letter K. On letter K, I'd start that on the right side view. On the right side view, I would draw this shape. And let me see, why am I not blocking it? There we go. I'm going to draw this shape here, something kind of like this. And just draw that shape. Obviously, can fully constrain that, but I'm going to finish my sketch. Extrude both ways, and, you know, maybe a little bit more, something like that. So there's that. Then, I do another sketch here. I do the sketch on this plane here. I draw a little triangle shape in here. Let's see if it doesn't go quite all the way down here to the bottom. To there. A line across the top. Again, I would center that up. I would probably angular constrain that, but I would finish that sketch. Extrude. Cut it and cut all. Cutting all is a good option there because you always want that cutting all the way through. Next, I start another sketch. Now here it's a little bit different. You wouldn't want to start your sketch on this plane. It actually started up here on this plane, which is a little bit weird. You could also, I guess, flip it up and do it on this bottom plane. You know what? I actually think I'm going to do it on this bottom plane there. So there, we're going to go ahead and draw our triangle shape here. Now there, notice one thing I did. I didn't even do it on purpose. I locked it into that line. So now that's locked there. I really didn't want it locked there. It locked all the way back, so I'm going to delete out that line, maybe. I can select it. There we go. And I want it to start on this line, yes, but I don't want to lock it into there. So I'm going to go to maybe about there, to there, last line across the top. Again, you get that all centered up. Probably do an angular constraint here. Maybe do a constraint here, a vertical constraint to your vertex, to the midpoint of that, which gets that centered up nicely. And there, that's looking pretty good. But again, do it constrain the rest of that. Finish your sketch, extrude, again change to cut, and cut all. We're going to hit our F6, oops, cut all, okay. Hit our F6, and there that one is. Obviously not perfectly done without any constraints on there, but there it is. Alright? Alright, we got a minute and 10 seconds here. Let's see if we can get through this next one. Letter O. I do it on this view. I come over here on the right side view, and I draw this shape there. I finish your sketch. I'd extrude it both ways, and let's make that a little bit more. Then I do on the front sketch, front plane, or this plane here. I do another sketch. Ooh, actually, gosh, I'm going to have to do that a little bit different. Here, we're going to have to do an offset plane. So I'm going to start sketch, I'm going to click and hold on this one, and drag this out a little bit. Set to that some nice number, 1/4 inch maybe, and just drag it out to there. Now I'm going to do a drawing here on this side. I'm going to draw it right from there. Let me look at my roof line where it goes. It goes right there. Does not go quite to the top. Something about like that. There. Got that shape. Finish your sketch. I'd extrude the other way, and distance of 2 right there. And that's not it. I misclicked something.